Well, I made a disaster out of the wiring, but that's all right. That'll come later. I've been trying to get fuel pressure. I did figure out how to trick it into getting fuel pressure. Now these V6s, I didn't realize you just turn the key on for some reason. It doesn't just activate the fuel pump, which I thought in the last video I had the fuel pump running, but I must not have. Must have been something else buzzing. So my instructions for this standalone harness with this aftermarket deal that's been put in says need to run the big red 12 volt constant, which is this one. I haven't hooked up yet. Yellow is 12 volt key. I have that one hooked up now. And then this brown one here is fuel pump, and then it just says black eyelets ground, which all I did was just I resoldered these things because I was trying to untangle them and then put them to ground. So that's done. What I've found out in order to get fuel pressure, put my instructions in safekeepings. All right, let's go inside. This relay right here, which is, this is your airbox and passenger side door. If I turn the ignition just on, you can see we have power to the power. And then this is supposed to go to the fuel pump, there's nothing. Now if I ground this out, it's hard to hear. That's creating the fuel pump to turn on, which is amazing. That's what we wanted. And I was getting fuel pressure finally. Now I have to figure out how to trick that into turning on with the key, which I think I can do now that I think about it. Or I can bypass all that and hook up the new ECU fuel pump wire, which maybe that'll be easier. Also another issue, the Toyota fuel pump only creates, in my little cheat sheet here, Toyota all V6s, all systems, 38 to 44 PSI. Now if you go to the Chevy, this 5.3, we'll just go to GM, it's the same. They're asking for 55 to 62. We're gonna try and run it on the lower PSI if I can figure out how to trick it into staying on. Or I'm gonna have to find a high PSI, I guess possibly inline fuel pump, which would work. I think the Holley Sniper kit has something like that, so I think we can get one through Holley. Yeah, I'm having fun. Once I figure out how to see if this thing will fire, I'll be back. Okay, I'm gonna be fancy. I'm gonna hook up my power wire. This is my oh shit just in case wire. A lot was clicking. Okay. I have wheel chocks in front and behind the tires because that would be my luck that this thing would just plow through my garage. I'm gonna go just trick that relay like I did and turn the key. And it'll probably scare the shit out of me, but let's see it. Doesn't like that giant cam in there. let me check a few more things. I don't have the belt on it, so I'm not worried about anything turning. Okay, I'm gonna check the oil and a few other things, and we're gonna fire it up again. I'm gonna try and button up some of this wiring to where it doesn't look so shitty. We need to build an air box, exhaust, transmission wiring, cooling fan wiring. I don't know, that was a big step though, so I'll be back when I get some of this other crap caught up. I'm officially over wiring. I'm not done, I'm just over it for a while. I need to move on. I do have it kind of buttoned up. I still need to fasten some grounds down. It looks a little better. This will be loomed. It's not that big of a deal. I'm just over it. This took a long time. I mounted this, I don't know what the hell they call that. I guess it's the standalone fuse and relay harness. I ended up making some spacers. I just used old holes that were already here and just put rib nuts in them. It was easy. Now what I need to do is we need to move on to this air cleaner. This one is just, I don't know, it's a perfect amount of airflow, but how I want to mount it and the space I have here, because I'm going to use that chunk of aluminum eventually to build my little wall for, I don't know, so-called cold air intake, to where this piece will mount to that aluminum. But I want it over enough to where I still have room to get in to change belts or whatever, because otherwise that thing's going to be like right against this alternator, because of when you put this in, you still need room to get this in and slipped over. We're taking this fender off. I need to see if I could, there's a lot of space, like that firewall, I guess it's fender, I don't know what they call it, is like right here, which means I have more room to box in for that to fit. Now, I don't know where this harness goes or what it's for. It must be just like headlights, I guess. And the alternator, which here, and then it runs across the front and then here. So, I thought everything came from that side, but I guess not. Well, I guess I need to figure out how difficult it's going to be to move some of that. I will think about it and come up with a game plan, because I didn't realize that went into the cab. Well, you know what you do right after you get done bitching about wiring? You do more. So I got it apart. I already deleted this wire here for the alternator, which if we need, I know where the wires are at. I have no idea what this wire here went to. I went and looked at two other 4RUNNERs. They weren't used. So one of those, well, the black wire's here, and then alternator, so I'm just going to bundle these up, run it through. I think I can keep it in the same hole so I don't have to like do a ton. I think the only one I'm going to have to reroute is this white wire here, because that is attached to the alternator here, and I think this alternator wire could then be ran separately over here. The ground can move to this worthless bolt. And a quick little scan of how it turned out before we start hacking into her. Got this all tucked. I used this factory corner piece to hopefully keep it down and out of the way enough. Might have to add a zip tie here. I went ahead and reattached in here, and then this is the new wire, runs down alternator. But maybe one more to fasten this up in there, and I think we'll be good. Now, let's start beating the shit out of this and flatten it out and cut this out, and we'll make something up here. Well, I think I have my design down. It's going to be a little cockeyed up there, but I think it'll flow nice when I'm done. It's going to be, I don't know, there and I don't know, like that. And so I went ahead and covered up all the important stuff so I don't catch fire and ruin everything I've already done. Test fit real quick because I think this should be high enough, but I'm kind of concerned right here. All this will push down out of the way just fine. I just want to make sure that's going to fit in there. Okay, that hopefully can go in. It's nice, but it's a little tight. I want to bring it down, so I'm going to go get a drill. And I'm going to drill down here. We'll make that bracket bolt from this side, I believe. All right, maybe I'll put the rib nut in that. Hack off another, I don't know, at least a 1/4 inch. All right, I'm gonna get this cleaned up both sides, and I gotta figure out what metal I want to use for boxing this in. And let's see, I've been debating on keeping this area here open behind the fender to get more cold air in. All right, let me think about it, because I might be able to make this pretty easy. Well, we got to put this fender on, measure the depth that we have to work with. I think I should pull the bumper off. Oh yeah, that's much easier with that stupid thing out of the way. Now, I think worst case scenario measurements, probably this most forward corner. We have 3 inches. Okay, that's not going to play any issue. All right, we're going to do 2.5. Give us some buffer room. Now, this is what I have to choose from on hand without having to go to the store. I was hoping to use this. There's not enough of this. And the only reason I wanted to use this, it's thicker is all. This aluminum. So now we're down to 28 gauge, which kind of like to have something a little stronger. So I'm debating on, oh wait, I have one more place to look. Well, I have this. It's what I made, well, not my plate steel, but it's what my countertops are made out of. It's fairly thick, so I think I'm just going to buzz a chunk of it off. The shears do not like that. But look, doesn't barely move. This, that's why I want to use that. Okay. I'll get set up. Now this is galvanized. Take caution if you're going to use it to weld. Ventilation, the whole bit. Just wherever I'm going to weld, I'll just sand off that galvanizing. Could make you sick. I've experienced it before. It's not fun. The quickest thing I ever did, but this is just me. It's what I was told. I just drank a bunch of milk to help flush it out of me, but I don't know if that's an old tale or what, but that's what I did. Okay, I am gonna make a pattern out of probably cardboard. Oh shit, I burnt all my cardboard. I'm gonna find a chunk of cardboard around here and make a pattern.
That'll work.
I think I missed a spot, but we'll just draw it into the hand because it's not that big of a deal. Okay, I gotta cut that out. And then make sure you realize this is front. And then this is up. Back. Up. We'll do cab. Grill. Ground. Guaranteed to mess it up. Okay, I think that looks fine. Now, I'm going to attempt to use those shears again, but this stuff's thick. Actually, no, I don't want to cut that out yet, do I? We're going to do that on the back. I forgot, I'm making a box. Let's do it right in the center. Okay, in order to make a box, we now have to get some tools. Go to garage sales, you find all kinds of crazy stuff. Bottom here, get it close. We're just gonna go past. Same on this side. Go past. This side here's got that goofy little thing I didn't mark out. I'm just gonna cut this piece here off, these corners here. We'll bend it and see how deep we can make it, and then I'll mark that and cut it. I think that'll be my easiest way to do it. My easiest thing, I don't have a bender, so it'll get me close and then we'll tweak it. And we'll do this one a little different. That's a little better. Front, up. Let's see if it fits. A little bit of finessing to do, and I think it'll fit. Well, that's how ugly it'll be until it's painted. It fits nice. I'll just do some welding up in there. Here, I'm gonna cut this corner off. I was debating on cutting some of this corner off, but I think just leaving a little bit open to where if air does come up and in, but it fits nice and tight. The inside, once it's welded, I'll have to do some trim work here. I didn't want to take any more metal off because that'll be easier to just get in there and just take that off there. So yeah, I'm gonna get that chunk cut out, get the welder set up, and start getting this thing buzzed in there. All right, that is what it's gonna look like. We're gonna hide this ugly with a fender, and then I sprayed a little bit in here after I did some welding and cleanup. Like I said, I wish there was some gold, which you might have to locate just to make that look a little nicer and flow easier. I'm gonna get this all back together and see how much room we have for the air cleaner. And just like that, ugly box is gone once it's tightened. All right, with that fender kind of on there, let's move our blanket. This should give us room then to come in that little hole and still slide on. I have some more stuff to order. I need the little kind of like door seal material for this aluminum housing I'm going to build. Waiting on a fuel pump. Thanks for watching.